The answers that you seek in your life are, who am I? Who am I meant to become? How do I live a great life? How do I navigate my way there? How do I come to understand myself? How do I move beyond my fear and doubt of who I could become? How can I become abundant? How can I live a great life? How can I come to love myself? Those questions have all been answered because they are all within you. And where they get answered is in your consciousness. And that is for each of us. So when I got up this morning, I was led to that statement, your questions have been answered. And that was through Wilhelm. And if you don't know, Wilhelm is the intelligence that I've been receiving since 1989. So it's been 37 years. I did not know what it was going to become. I was looking for help, just like we all are. I was looking for answers to the questions that I had about who I was and my life, and also about the world. I wanted to understand why the world was operating in the way that it did. How do I navigate my way through there? And so now at 75 years old, I've been able to answer those questions because the answers were given to me through Wilhelm, because they were within me as they are within you. It's just different for each of us depending on when we live, what we choose to believe, what we choose to accept. So when I had that thought this morning, when I got up, I was then led to go and find the earlier message that said the same thing. Your questions have been answered. And that was a couple of years ago. And that was to point out the fact that way we understand anything is over time. We will be introduced to information. We decide whether or not we're going to accept it. Then we integrate it within our being and we have new vision. We see ourselves in the world in a new way. And that is called self-actualization. But we have to become willing to move in that place, and that means change. We have to become willing to change and to see things in a new way. And that can be incredibly difficult, especially when the world is changing so rapidly and we don't understand it. Except we were given those answers because Wilhelm gave them all to us. I couldn't have seen them before because I was the messenger. I had to write them down. And then I also had to live it so that I could show the result. The result is you come out understanding yourself, seeing the world in a new way, healing, becoming abundant and happy, and falling in love with yourself, which was the point of your life. I could not have told you that my life was going to bring in a philosophy that would have you accomplish that goal and have the world change, but that's what we're all doing. We just have to decide if we will. And that's what I'm doing today, and you will love it because I wrote an article yesterday because I wanted you to understand the process. I wanted you to understand why I had this information and why I must change as well, and why it has to become so about the abundance and prosperity we're each meant to have. Because when we can own what we've done, that's when it comes through. And I brought through an entire work of art, basically, that will have you live your best life. But today is the last day that you can have it at this rate that I put out there because I wanted more people to understand what is possible, because I didn't believe it myself. So it took a while for me to recognize what was here. It will be the same for you. That's each of us. We're no different because the process happens in our consciousness. Our consciousness is formed and shaped in different ways, but we have the ability to change it, and we discover new ways, new techniques of doing that, and that is exactly what came through me and Wilhelm. But the biggest surprise might be what you discover about yourself, which is what's happened for me. When I had that idea and I said, let me go and check and see if this is related to today, and I will give you those results, because it was shocking to me. I thought it was some random thing that was happening, and we discover nothing is random in our lives or in the world. It just takes a while for us to understand it and interpret it, and that is as an individual and as a society, because we haven't learned as a civilization yet how we can really create something that's going to be wonderful for all of us. So then we remember that it's down to each of us to decide that our lives make that much difference, and we start to move forward and accept ourselves. And that's what I'm doing today, because I want you to do the same thing. So this information will help you, because I put in workbooks and all sorts of things to give you the idea, the information that is within you. If you're willing to access it, it will answer all of your questions and you will live your best life. Thank you so much for being here, and please give this to so many others and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. And this is the day that I get to change, and I hope you do as well. I'll see you soon.